Home prices are rising in Arizona, and people are complaining about home affordability. So let's talk about how much home can I afford for $600,000 in Mesa. Hey, Craig, what do things look like in Mesa?
We picked 3 neighborhoods. I picked 3 properties kind of covering Mesa. The first one we'll talk a little bit about is in Eastmark.
That's a popular neighborhood.
Yeah, very familiar with Eastmark, off of Ellsworth between like Elliott and Williamsfield.
So people that have been here a while,
yes,
we used to drive past it on Ellsworth. If it was raining, it was Lake Ellsworth.
It was Lake Ellsworth, that's
and
right.
that used to be GM Proving Grounds.
Correct.
Yeah.
And they've since changed it quite a bit. And so now it's Eastmark, and it's a great place to live.
It is. I mean, Eastmark has all kinds of. I mean, they have a community center with different things, activities in there. They have the community pool, jacuzzis, splash pads. They have like concert venues. They have farmers markets. In the nice time of the year, they do Friday night concerts at the Great Park. They call it. Just a lot of family friendly activities in Eastmark. It's a very popular community for that reason. There are communities within Eastmark that are gated, that are similar in that regard as well. So I just picked one in Eastmark for $600,000. It's on Simone. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,024 square feet, single level. It's on a 6,200 square foot lot. It's a newer home built in 2015. It had the upgraded kitchen, has dual sliding doors.
It's got that nice craftsman elevation people like.
Craftsman elevation. It's got a lot of wainscoting, very clean. And so, again, a lot of cases maybe missing a 4th bedroom or a den at that square footage. A lot of people are looking for, but definitely the 3-bedroom, 3-bath is nice.
It's got the super shower. It's got the that slider that opens up. It's only got the 2 panels that open up. It's not the big wide 3-panel, but it really, when you're sitting in there, it lets in a lot of light. It opens up.
And if you have them open in the nice time of the year, it just makes that kitchen great room kind of flow into the patio and feel really nice. So the HOA in Eastmark's $102 a month. Because of the CFD, the property taxes are a little higher, and I know you have kind of numbers for that one based off of that. So
what's the payment look like, Steve?
Oh, well, payment on this particular property, and I kind of did everything blanket. So, today's average market rate was right around 6.9%, 30-year fixed, 5% down, assuming a 760 or greater FICO score. Your P&I payment on this particular home is going to be $37.44 a month.
Okay.
Now, your total housing payment, adding in the taxes, I did $125 a month for homeowners insurance, HOA, and then, of course, there's going to be PMI, about $155 a month. Total housing payment, just a little north of $4,400 a month.
Okay.
And in a lot of cases, you're getting into that price range where it's typically the second purchase, meaning not the first-time buyer. So a lot of times they're going to be putting more than 5% down because they'll have equity coming from a sale and that. But that's definitely. It's definitely a change from a couple of years ago. Sure. So that definitely makes affordability a challenge for some.
So that's Southeast Mesa.
Yep.
Let's head on up to Northeast Mesa.
Yeah, I picked one in Mountain Gate at Sendas. It's on Western Hills. It's listed at $599,900. This one is 3-bedroom plus den, 2-bath, 1,756 square feet. It's on an 8,200 square foot lot.
It's a corner lot.
Yeah, it's a corner lot. It was built in 2001. Doesn't have a lot of updates since then. Has a large backyard. It's just all kind of desert rock landscaping. And it is HOA up there is $147 a month. And La Sendas is obviously a very nice area, very popular area in North Mesa. Up in the mountain there a little bit.
Pretty well established, right?
The road kind of curves through the mountain. Once you're in there, you're in there. It's it's kind of a secluded neighborhood.
Has an elementary school in the subdivision. A high school is close down the road, and has always kind of been seen as kind of an upper nicer area, or that prestigious.
Yeah, and you can tell that you're in there when you're in there.
Yes.
Everything is kind of the same feel. It's very a lot of rock. feel. The road kind of loops around. You feel like you are in the hills when you're in there.
Correct.
A lot of cactus, a lot of trees, a lot of. It's a very nice feel in there. Like you said, there's some gated areas.
It's a lot of sub-communities in there too.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll have $1 million+ homes in there as well. I mean,
it's a golf course community.
It's a golf course community.
And a very nice golf course.
Very nice. I mean, it's very nice. Good location and all of that. So what are we looking at? Like that one, the HOA is $147 a month. The taxes are lower. It's $2,880 versus $3,200 on the Eastmark one.
All things considered, when you're looking at this one versus the Eastmark, you're looking almost exactly the same. Your principal and interest payment is $37.38. Total housing payment with this one, $44.05. So maybe just $3 or $4 a month difference because of that difference in the HOA, property taxes. So they kind of balance out. But still, I mean, both great communities, at $4,400 a month for beautiful homes and beautiful communities.
And the difference is you're trading the larger lot in the Sendas area, right? I mean, is versus most of the. Now there are sections of Eastmark that have bigger lots, but a lot of them are between 5,000 and 7,500 square feet lots. And so if you're looking at a 2,000 square foot single level on a 6,600 square foot lot versus a 1,700 on an 80-something square foot, 8,000 plus square foot lot, you have a bigger yard, bigger that type of thing. Obviously, the Sendas one isn't as new and updated as the other one, but you get bigger yards and that type of thing.
Interestingly, though, when you look at the two different areas, people think with Eastmark that it's way out there.
Not
but
anymore.
things have changed.
Anymore.
Both of them are just as freeway close as the other one.
Yes.
And when you think about how far the 202 loops in the north, when you get on the GPS, a lot of times, like the other day I was going to Scottsdale from East Mesa, and it threw me on the 202, or on the 60, not the 202, because the 202 loops so far.
Right.
And so Eastmark is kind of as close to Tempe and Scottsdale as Los
you have
Sendas.
the 60 and the 202, so you can hop on to get to Chandler, to the I-10. You can go to the 60 and get into downtown Phoenix. You can go to the north and get to north. I mean, so it's a phenomenal location. Both of them are.
But Los Sendas is right there. You can get on at Power in the 202.
Yep.
Eastmark, you can hop on the 24 and get on the 202 right there.
Yep. And
absolutely.
So moving over, kind of find one in West Mesa. This one's off Lindsay and University. It's on Decatur. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, single level. It's on an 11,000 square foot lot.
And one of the best things about this one for a lot of people,
no HOA.
No HOA.
Some people. Not
and I can tell you for that, I mean, we have one under contract that's going to close next month in North Mesa that was no HOA. And that's a huge selling point for people right now, just because of with all the toys that people have and the fifth wheel.
To pay for storage,
especially when they have an RV
kind of
gate.
offsets that 100%.
Big time. So, and this one has a pool. Now, this one's been updated over the years and very, very nice looking. They've opened it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's a 1979 build.
Correct.
There's a lot of brick, exterior and interior, and so they've maintained a lot of that brick, but they've done a lot with windows. They've updated a lot of the windows. They look very modern. They've done a lot with the kitchen, the bathrooms, the showers, all that stuff.
Yeah, it has a very updated luxury type feel to it.
Very luxury.
And it's 2,200 and almost 50 square feet, so a little bit bigger than the other two as well, and it's at $599. And again, no HOA. Very nice, and the older neighborhoods people like because of the larger yards and that. It's always the challenge in there is you could go four houses down from this, find the same square footage, and it could be in the original 1979 condition, right? And some of them were updated in 1990, some of them were updated in 2005, some of them were updated in 2018. So, it's different in that area is much more so than like a tract community like an Eastmark or that, where they're all pretty similar. And so when you find ones like this with no HOA, large lot, in great condition.
And a pool.
In great condition in that area, very, very popular area and very, very, very well. Like you got a lot of people that have lived there for generations. Kids move up, get up, go out to college, come back, want to stay in the same area.
Well, sometimes it's all about location too, right? Where you want to be. I mean, this particular home with the difference in not only no HOA, but you've got your property taxes are less than $1,800 a year. I mean, based off of tax assessments, at least for 2023. So the total housing payment on this, again, very similar to the one that we saw in Western Hills, is $37.38 P&I, but now your total housing payment is just north of $41.60 a month, and that's all in. That's your again, no HOA on this one, but that's your taxes, insurance, PMI, everything considered. So again,
so it has the lowest payment, the biggest house, the largest lot, but the oldest.
But and it's a little closer to town. It's a little bit. It's kind of right in between the 60 and the 202. So you're going to have to get a little bit further closer. You're not as close to the freeway, but you are a little bit closer into town.
Well, and town's spreading,
and you're
a lot more.
And you're not that far from the 101.
No,
I mean there's definitely plenty of opportunities, and it's just a very popular area. I told you a couple of years ago we sold a house in Lindsay and Brown. It was in a cul-de-sac with 8 houses, and the other it was built in '88. The other 7 were the original owners.
Wow,
they had not moved. And when we did our open house, the kids of the original owners of that house came through. They saw it online and wanted to come check out their old house. So
that's cool.
That's why I say when I say people stay in that area or come back to it, it's a very popular area.
Yeah, awesome.
So if you want to check out homes and see what you can afford in Mesa, check us out at klausteam.com.
Awesome. Thanks, Scott.